It is Friday, April 26th, and it has been unbelievably hot here in California. Luckily, things are cooling down a little bit. We're taking a few days and exploring the gold country over the weekend. But I want to, a couple cool things happened this week. My favorite sister, Annie, happy birthday, April 23rd. It was a fun day. We had a fun weekend with the family a few days before too, so pretty cool. What else? Something else was really fun. Well, it was actually the week before, and I didn't mention it on last week's news because I hadn't had a chance to take care of it. I will get to this in a little bit, but had a really fun and intense lesson with Wylie, our longtime IGCer, and we went through some stuff that finally got put up yesterday. Well, I finally got around to taking a look at it and making it suitable for the masses. We had to cut out a few little things where we talked about stuff that not appropriate. But anyway, and I probably missed some that are in there too. So, but Wylie lives in Texas and was here on a business trip with his wife and just had a blast. I hope everybody always knows they can track me down if anytime you're in Northern California. And we talked about intervals, and that is what I today's update is going to be like a microcosm theory lesson to sort of summarize what Wylie and I talked about for an hour the other day and what you may have already watched. So, a couple of definitions. Oh wait, let me tell you about what came out this week. We had a few new tunes. We have entering the world of Aretha Franklin with Save Me and Natural Woman, of course, Carole King tune. Max is doing a great job of filling in some of the blanks that we have let materialize over the years. And then a Bon Jovi tune, You Give Love a Bad Name, something else we never really expected to see here at Totally Guitars, but we have, it's fun branching out. And what else? We did get a new pack out of Ben Harper tunes, but that was kind of a little while ago. I'm not sure if I ever mentioned it or not. It seemed like it, but anyway, I want to talk about intervals and guitar geography a little bit today. Wait, let me get into a little bit more comfortable position here. There we go. And that is understanding the difference between a couple of terms: interval, triad, chord. Those are like three really vital. Am I thinking about a Pearl Jam album? No. Anyway, three important things. Really simply, an interval is a label for the distance between two notes, and it's got a numeric component that is just the number they are. A to M would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, M. It would be a 13th. Got it? Because it went from 1 to 13. But a real 13th in music from A wouldn't be M. I'll let you figure out what it would be. So the number of the interval is just how far apart the letters are. Sharps and flats don't make any difference at all. A to B is a second. B to C is a second. C to D is a second. D to F is a third. Then chords are made up, triads are made up of intervals of thirds, major thirds and minor thirds. Real simply, major third is 2 whole steps. That is because it's the way a major scale starts, a whole step to 2 and a whole step to 3. And a minor third is a step and a half for 2 reasons, but that's also the way a minor scale starts, with a step to 1 from 1 to 2 and a half step to 3. Okay, then we have our triads, combinations of 3 notes, 1, 3, and 5, that are either a major third or a minor third apart. Pretty simple, kind of, right, except that there are a lot of different kinds. So watch the lesson of Wylie's, because we get into talking about, I think, thirds. This is all in my guitar geography course too. Playing notes in thirds, and I had a couple lesson students here today yesterday, now that I think about it, was working on playing a C scale up the first and second string with the root on the second string and the third of the chord on the first string, C and E. The second note of the C scale would be D, and the fourth that would go with it would be a third away, would be F. Some are major, some are minor, and that's what they look like on the first and second strings. A major third is notes that are 1 fret apart, and and a minor third would be 2 frets apart, with the higher note being 1 or 2 frets lower. Okay, have I totally confused you? Here's a song that works in thirds. Almost. There's another one that works in thirds. I was in the key of G there, playing a G and a B up at the 8th and 7th frets, and then playing through the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd thirds in the key of G. Going up to C, doing the same thing, 12th and 13th frets. Then we have the inversions of thirds, where the root of our triad, let's say, is on the higher note, or the higher string. So my C at the 1st fret of the B string, instead of combining it with a higher E, I'd combine it with a lower E, which would be down here. This is an inverted third or a 6th. And we can play through the C scale the same way. And right there, that was a pair of notes that were a 6th apart on the 4th string and the 2nd string, and it was the notes of a C scale. Got it? Okay. So, what are songs that use 6? So Davy Graham brought us a cool tune from the early days of fingerpicking that has a bass line with a melody kind of improv'd over it, but it can go lots of different ways. His usually went something like that. Then he brings in the pounding bass. Mono bass, we call that. One bass note. Then he brings in parallel 6. And as John Renborn explained in our workshop way back in 1998, these were the elements that really became important in songs. And another tune great tune that John played, Buffalo, is the same thing. Now, I've got a 6th up here with a G on the top, 1st string, and a B on the 3rd string. Okay, let me get it. There we go. Finally, a 5th. Lesson I keep meaning to get to. Last week we talked about Western songs that I haven't gotten to lessons on. Today it's Buffalo that I still haven't gotten to a lesson on. Anyway, I think that was all I mostly wanted to talk about. I hope you got a chance to watch Wylie's lesson. You might have to take some notes on it. Or you can meet Wylie in person. I'm sure he'll be at our next guitar camp at the end of September, and then you could ask him about all the stuff that he's supposed to know. Let's see, what should I be playing? No, wait, let me think. This is not in good shape. Must be B minor, huh? rearranging this, so it's totally convoluted in my head. We back in January, Muriel was here, and we walked through her version, and then I started listening to it, and I think, you know what, I'm going to change that, and so I've got, never mind, it's still under construction. Okay, I think that is about it. Jetstream. I'm going to try a little of this. Let's see how it works. Okay, that's it for the last full week of April. Back next week at the beginning of May.